This will be mission 7. And guys, for this mission file, we are going to have a pay for pain for the campaign as well on Saturday before we run the TOC op, so you'll be seeing more dev of that later as I pull stuff. But we're going to be starting that tomorrow. But think about it today. But YOLO, how you doing, buddy? I am doing A-okay. Just blitzing mission dev, trying to get done as much as I can today. And then we're immediately going to save as mission 7. I plan on using this specific map only a few more times to like kind of complete on the airfield and keep a, you know, a eastern push before I change it to something else. I just can't go back to Beketov because Beketov these days is just unstable now with the latest Arma updates. There's a lot of memory leaking. There's a lot of stuff I can't do with it. So it's just like, ugh. I just got to work with what I got. Siege, yeah, it's that one, Dwarves. There's also a movie behind it. It's really good. I saw a good chunk of it. But I'm going to be stylizing it from that movie as well. Alright, so mission 6, we basically went around and we collected a bunch of artillery pieces, and I think they got like 12 or 13 points. I got to actually look at that and figure things out. But from there, I'm thinking about doing like an airfield raid or something. I don't know, guys, if we were a PMC fighting Russia in some East European country... what should we be doing to that country to fight back? What do you guys think would be a good concept? It's post-World War II since, yeah, 1961 Congo crisis. Yeah, that's fair. I'm thinking, do we want to bomb the airfield outright just yet? Yeah, right, Trash? Totally. Ha. Ah, yes, let's destroy the wastewater treatment facility. Oh, boy. Oh. I'm thinking of doing something completely different in this campaign, going on the northern side of the map. And then just working our way across. Yeah, here's what I'm thinking. Boom, boom, boom. Solid border. No, not solid border. Just the border. We're gonna do convoy ambushes. But I gotta update this stuff. Because for the sake of this campaign, we gotta keep up posterity. And this is gonna be a good old demolition. And then basically ambush convoy is coming in on this MSR. What worries me is getting really close to this area over here, so it's going to be a touch framey. But yeah, and then the military base is right here actually, so we can mark that up. And then something to stall objectives for time. Which could be that piece right there. We could also hit over there, but no. Alright. So here's what I'm thinking for the operation. So what we do is they spawn up here. It's an infiltrate mission where we've already done the infiltration part. Convoys for resupply are coming up to this ammo depot here. What they need to do is come up to this position, disable a radio tower so communications stop, and then they can start hitting convoys along this entire route. And for every ammo vehicle they destroy, or every supply vehicle like a triple R, they gain a point. So I need to set up some no-go zones. Basically to give me room to make the freaking convoys. And then we put an objective marker there. And that's what? 4 kilometers of road to basically hit the convoys coming in. I'm just thinking about the practicality now. I'm probably not gonna allow for helicopters for this one and instead just have a reinsert vehicle. So I'll have to talk to Patch about it because it's a quote-unquote infiltration mission. Because otherwise, air would just go up with DAGR and hit everything coming down the road, so that would kind of make it pointless. Plus, they have a bunch of AT mines. The trick, though, is if they do anything on the road before the radio tower is taken out, the base will just communicate and say, hey, they're hitting the convoy and reroute them. So if they hit this tower, the base won't be able to communicate outwards, and then convoys will keep coming till our quote-unquote 2-hour limit before they're able to find a secondary means of communication. Yeah, that works in my own effed up logic. Huh. And then we move our cover module up to this area. And then I just need to move spawn. Which, in all honesty, I can just copy this. Put it up here, and then remove what I don't need. So I don't need the aircraft. We don't need the fortifications. I don't need the friendly garrison. Clearer either. And then... command fic. No, I am going to do a specific vehicle, medical vehicle for it. Azario, I'm assuming that's a Google Translate error, but we're basically building a scenario for the POG community, because I'm contracted to run a campaign for them, and it's basically PMCs in a Ukraine-style conflict. Doing various missions to accumulate points, which they then spend on basically upgrading their own gear. And then sync a respawning script for that too. And I'm trying to think, what do I... Can I copy an arsenal onto that? Or do I need to, like, attach it to the back? Or I feel like I should be able... Yeah, if we just copy that, boom. So that way it also has an arsenal that the units can use outright. Now we just need to do some fortifications. I need to tab out and also add the SQF files to this mission. So doing that real quick. Get that pasted. Perfect. So basically, yeah, just ground in. Use the drones to do recon. I'll put a few patrols down, blah, blah, blah. Let's put a basic fortified position around here as well. Pavecat, buddy, schizo. For the commission jobs, I just do what they tell me, okay? Because I like money, all right? I like affording the roof over my head, all right? If anything, I'm the Squidward in that meme. I just do what I'm paid to do, okay? Please, have mercy on your streamer. He's just trying to make an honest living because the YouTube revenue never works out. Wah. Anyway. Don't blame me. Don't hate on the messenger, man. I'm just trying to do my best. No, we don't want a big-ass cargo tower. I could do a second sandbag here. It's just I feel like we should do like a 3 sandbag then, if that's the case. And then we can just have like a pole platoon guarding that or something. Not a platoon. No, that's way too big. Like a squad. Let's have a BTR-70 squad guarding it. I feel like that would be fine. Standing AI pad, and then we just take the fuel out of the BTR-70. You don't have... That's fair. And then maybe like a single static facing outward over here, so I just grab like a cord or something. MSV turret. Then we just have a standing cord right there. That way he can look left or right depending on the circumstance, and then I just group them to that. And then we just keep the AI in the bunkers. And again, that's our warm-up objective, quote-unquote. For those of you that have followed my Zeusing for a while, you know that I usually like to make, if I can help it, there's some instances like the TOC op I'm working on for this weekend, where I don't put something like it in, but usually I like to put in a little quote-unquote warm-up part of the operation in the op because it helps warm the player base up for what they're actually going to be doing in fighting. And that is because you never know when the player base is having a quote-unquote bad day. Where the players will just die, like what happened on Saturday. No, it was Sunday with the with Metro's Hellfire unit, where they literally blew up a third of their own player base to their own satchel. And it just domino affected down from there, and it was the funniest thing, but, you know, I like to get them in the zone, so hopefully it minimizes them blowing themselves up from their own satchel. Granted, there's only so much I can do, but still. Also, random segue, if you need an honest YouTube streamer, Twitch monkey that is really, really good at making scenarios, and you have a scenario you want made, or you need a Zeus for your unit because no one wants to do it because they realize making missions is a painful freaking process, and they have lives, why not consider shooting me a DM? I really, really like having a roof over my head, and you probably have some money that, you know, you'd like to throw at your unit so that they can continue to have wonderful missions. My point is, please DM me. I need to pay my mortgage. I'm actually happy with myself. I'm, with all the commission work I've been taking, I'm actually like halfway through being able to pay all of my bills through that money alone. So like that and Patreon have been great for getting all that together. So I'm really just trying to get completely off of YouTube and Twitch money just so I can, you know, have that little side business instead pay for everything. It just alleviates a lot of my own personal stress. Because I'm going to be honest, it sucks when you can do nothing but stress the hell out over things that are completely out of your control, like Twitch and YouTube revenue. Because, well, I mean, YouTube especially will just dick you around no matter what. Twitch is a little more reliable, but, you know, c'est la vie, so I'm just doing my best here. Plus, also, what I do is very, very unique for what I do for employment anyway, but, you know, I'm not asking for anything too crazy. I just want to be able to afford the roof over my head. Ah. I am happy, though. Bloodwing is about to be finished with her master's. She only has 1 more weeks of classes. Poor thing, though. She's got her finals now, and she's sicker than she's been in a hot second. But she's almost done with that. But more importantly, she won't have to be paying for her master's anymore, at least getting her frickin' wages garnished by her company. Because they gave her an extra $10,000 to pay for the college, but they're like, yeah, we need to withhold taxes for that money, so we're really just going to take a big chunk of your paycheck out for the next 6 months. Yeah, sorry, fuck you. So, you know, I've been having to help her out with the finances there, but that'll end, and she'll get back on her feet financially, and then I can stop, you know, having to go deeper into my pocket to pay for things. And then I can rebuild my frickin' nest egg and then not have to worry about shit ever again. I'm just kidding. Then we have to pay for the fucking wedding, and then the honeymoon, and then prepping for kids. And I realize life is never going to fucking end for me. I'm never gonna have money again. Fuck. Anyway. I'm okay with that, though. Thankfully, homebrewing is actually a very cheap hobby. You only need a $10 glass jug, a $2 airlock, a 50-cent packet of yeast, and $16 for 15 gallons of honey and water, and you can make all of the alcohol you ever need. And then growing stuff in my greenhouse, fulfilling. But, you know, only a few bucks for seed packets, and then you're fine. You can get, like, a frickin' variety pack for 10 bucks on Amazon and do whatever the hell you want. A cool thing happens when you become a parent. You become a human vending machine. Yeah. I have no idea how I'm gonna end up with kids, but, you know, I hope I can just give them a better childhood than my parents did. Don't get me wrong, they gave me... I was a freaking silver spoon in my mouth kid, but... Oh, I would have traded that away if my parents were a little more attentive to me. But hey, at the end of the day, I mean, we all always try to be parents, or better parents than what we were raised with, if we ever get the opportunity to in the first place, but, you know. When Liru Jr. comes around, it's going to be quite interesting, because I'm going to have him on my lap as I work and try to be super quiet, but that'll be funny. I still have no idea how I'm going to incorporate that with my streaming, though, that's for damn sure. It'll be funny. Oh, you failed your first attempt at sourdough? I'm sorry to hear that, Pave Cat. Honestly, when I made a sourdough starter with my mother like a decade ago, we let it sit out for a few days before we put it in the fridge to at least verify that it went and, you know, actually got started with everything. Just do note, when you make a sourdough starter, even if you put it in the fridge, you still need to make bread at least once a week with it. Otherwise, the yeast will, you know, just start overcrowding with the flour and whatnot. Mini Liru the Apprentice Zeus. Oh my god. That would be nice. I would love for my kids, at least one of them, to carry on being a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer, but I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I would not want them to do it as a full-time job. Just because a lot of the stuff YouTubers and Twitch streamers have to deal with kind of nullifies the fun of gaming. Don't get me wrong, it's the easiest job in the world. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. But I want them to at least have IRL friends. I want them to at least have a physical life. I don't want them to be dedicated to their computer screen 24/7. Because I used to be that way. I mean, the first 4 years of me doing this job, I was definitely more of a, you know, doing everything virtually and blah, blah, blah. But I definitely want them... I don't want that. I want them to at least have some sort of IRL presence. I don't want them to sneak or stay completely online. Because I used to do that. And I'll be honest, there were definitely some fun benefits to that, but it also makes you a bit of a lonely motherfucker. So you just gotta keep all that in mind. Don't I have artillery tanks? Yeah, here we go. Oh god, I can make him the direct fire version. Yeah, I'm gonna do that for the memes, because they're not supposed to assault this position anyway. When they turn 5, teach them Arma. Maybe not then. Maybe when they're 15, you know? But, you know, we'll get them sorted. This AO is also super easy to build, because I just need to build the garrisons, and then I just need to make patrolling units. When I have the convoys come down, I'm going to set them to careless, but keep them on open fire, so they'll still, like, plow through the road. But return fire is needed. I still need to play Helldivers, but my goal is to get most of my mission files done tonight. I've gotten so many chores done in the house today. That's why we didn't do any streaming till this evening. But I've got, you know, a really nice armor op plan for Wednesday. Thursday, there's a second mission file, which I built last week for the 506 on that day as well. But Thursday, this is the Thursday file. And then it's literally just going to be building the weekend files for tomorrow and even a bit of Wednesday for the pay for paint especially. But then I'm slowly working on freeing up my entire schedule, because there's a roleplay community that I've been sitting on for a month and kind of kept people stuck in that I need to continue, and I promised myself to at least start that up by Tuesday. And then there's a bunch of other games that I want to stream, like Helldiver, like a little bit of Pal World, like... You know, I've never gotten a Lethal Company, but I'd like to get in a Lethal Company. I'd like to get back on track for DayZ, but, you know, it's just... it's been a plethora of a bunch of IRL stuff that I just haven't been able to really deal with. And I've just been slow to work on all of it. So, you know, all that fun jazz. But I'm just looking at this AO if there's anything else that I need to worry about. And I guess the answer is no, I can just build it all in Zeus. But I do need to be absolutely clear with Patch that, because he's the leader of POG, that this AO is set. So we're going to go ahead and save that. I'm not going to give it an export yet because I need to edit the arsenal because he's probably going to have stuff that he wants to add to it. But let me go ahead and shoot him a message real quick. So I'll go ahead and stop the recording here.